Hello and welcome to the transcription explanation of this design. Before I get into the nitty-gritty of how each letter is present in the sentence, I wanted to talk about this middle bit, which is all just kind of decoration. So all of the words go around the outside in this layout, and everything in the middle here is not necessary for translation, so you can put whatever you want in the design here or overlap it with anything you want. So everything inside this thick circle you can mess with. And then also the shading. The shading is also completely optional. All you need is the line work because those are, the words and letters in the sentence. So let's go ahead and talk about how to read this. So this is Loren Sherman's script, which uses a combination of dots and lines combined with 4 different shaped letter stems. So a deep divot stem like this one is shown here, and a circle inside the word circle stem like these here. A shallow divot stem, which are quite present, and then a circle on the line of the word circle stem, which is here, are our 4 letter stems. And then vowels are smaller circles, and they have different positions depending upon what vowel they are and if they're attached on one of these 4 consonant stems. So here's an example of an O attached on this stem. So O's are always on the inside, E's are on the line of the word circle or centralized inside a consonant, and A's are always on the outside of the word circle. And the only time they're inside the consonant is on this stem, which this had an E after it, not an A. So anyway, combining vowels with consonants are optional, and you always read the vowel after the consonant it's attached to. So yeah, and then dots and lines. So these are dot modifiers, and then line modifiers can be straight. They can also curve, and they count. Line modifiers count where they end on a letter stem, and they don't need to be straight. So this counts here, but it doesn't count here because it passes through, and there's 2 that count here. So let's go ahead and read these words in order. So you read starting at the bottom and then going counterclockwise, and you can spiral inwards. So I could put like a sentence, second sentence inside here if I wanted to add to it. Otherwise, you just link them together. So anyway, let's go ahead and look at this word. So instead of doing a typical word circle, where this word would connect back up on itself, I made the words go in order. So here's first word, second word, third word, fourth word, fifth word, sixth word, and I split this here for the 7th word here because there was an odd number. So that's what this line is. It's just splitting these 2 words. So our first word at the bottom of it starts with a W, shallow divot with 2 lines. So shallow divot with 2 lines is a W. And then we have an E on the line of the word circle. So WE is we. And then we have this word, bottom of it's here, we're continuing around. A, outside the word circle, like that. And then 1, 2, 3 dots on a shallow divot is an R. And then we have an E on the line of the word circle, like that, just like this E. And then we have this word, bottom of it's here. This is our first letter. It is an A outside the word circle. Then we have a double letter. And letters, if they are stacked like this, so consonants, if stacked, read thin to thick, and the same thickness is the same letter. So these 2 are the same thickness, which means it's the same letter twice, and they're both in this row because they're circles inside the word circle. And there's 1, 2, 3 dots on them, so that's a double L. So A double L. And then we have this here, which it's kind of hard to see, but this is a thin line, and then this is a thick line because of the shading. But this one is half the thickness of that one. So we read the thin one first, which has 1, 2, 3 lines attached to it. So that would be an S. And then we have this thick line here, which has no modifiers on it, so that's a T. And then the O on the line of the consonant stem. So S-T-O. And then we have a shallow divot with 1, 2, 3 dots. So R, just like this R. And then we have another stacked set of stems. These are stacked vowels because they're little. And the thin one here has 1 line on it going towards the middle. So that would be an I, because I is like E, but with a line in. So I, and then E in the middle of that with no modifiers. E, and then another S with 1, 2, 3 lines on it. So S-T-O-R-I-E-S, stories. And then we have an I line going towards the middle. And then it curves to connect up to this N with 1 line on it. There's another N right here. So in, and then we have a TH on the line of the word circle with no modifiers. E at the end of the word circle. So the, and then we have another E, just like lots of E's we've seen already. So E, and then an N, 1 line on it, just like this N, and then a deep divot with 1, 2, 3 dots is a D. So we are all stories in the end, is what this says. This little thing sticking out here is to give room for the A. If this line were to pass clean through, this A would look like a period, because this is where we'd put punctuation on this circle. So I could put another little circle here on the line, and if it was directly on the line, it would be a period. But if it's inside the line, it could be an A. So that's an A. But if we're on the line, it'd be a period. So be careful with that. Also, if you're going to do shading, make sure that there's a thick outline still visible around the vowels. Otherwise, they look like dots if they're just solid dots, because the vowels have that outline going around them and dots do not. So make sure that these don't look completely filled in, otherwise they look like dots. So yeah, that's that design. I hope you like it. I'm quite proud of it, and hopefully it makes a great tattoo for you. If you have any questions, comments, and concerns, let me know. I hope you like your design. Bye.